Hi, my name is Markus, founder of Magma Software Solutions and the developer of Burning London. GBPUSD does not behave the same way all the time. A trading idea that fits one market phase can lose its edge when conditions change. That is the problem Burning London was built to solve. A single strategy expert advisor depends on one central logic. When the market suits that logic, the system may look convincing. When conditions change, the same dependency becomes its weakness. Running several separate EAs does not automatically create a better solution. Their trades can overlap, their risk is calculated independently, and no single layer coordinates the total exposure. That is not a portfolio, it is a collection of isolated decisions. Burning London brings 12 internal GBPUSD strategies together inside one expert advisor. They share one portfolio framework, one risk structure, and one set of trading controls. The result is a coordinated system instead of 12 separate bots. Burning London was built to reduce dependence on a single trading idea. Each of its 12 strategies can be enabled or disabled. You can define whether it may trade buy, sell, or both directions, and assign separate risk settings for buy and sell. Each strategy also has its own maximum spread control. But these are not 12 independent products. They operate inside the same portfolio, under shared limits and controls. Burning London does not use grid, Martingale, DCA, averaging into losses, or recovery logic. It does not add exposure to repair a losing sequence. Every trade starts with an initial stop loss, and position size is calculated from the selected risk setting. Here is how the portfolio works. Burning London contains 12 strategies, but they are controlled from one place. You decide which strategies are active, which trade direction they may use, and how much risk is assigned to buy and sell. A global control limits parallel strategy activity. On a hedging account, the multi-strategy portfolio can operate fully. On a netting account, parallel strategy activity is limited to one, because MetaTrader combines positions on the same symbol. One portfolio layer connects the strategies. It coordinates parallel activity and gives you one place to control the system, instead of managing a collection of separate expert advisors. Risk control starts before a trade is opened. You choose the risk percentage separately for buy and sell. Burning London uses that risk target together with the initial stop distance to calculate the position size. The percentage is a sizing target, not a guaranteed maximum loss. The final result can differ when the broker's minimum lot size becomes the binding limit. After entry, the position is managed with ATR-based logic. There is no fixed take profit. The trade is managed dynamically according to the strategy. Initial stop loss, risk-based position sizing, ATR-based management. No fixed take profit. These elements work together from entry to exit, while position size remains tied to the risk setting selected by the user. Burning London also controls when new trades are allowed. In live trading, the event filter can pause new entries around scheduled market events. Friday control can stop new trades before the weekend. New York rollover handling avoids the daily rollover window, and the custom no trade window lets you define another blocked period. These controls affect new entries. Existing positions remain under management. The event filter is a live trading feature and is not simulated by the MetaTrader strategy tester. Once the EA is running, the dashboard keeps the operating status visible directly on the chart. It gives you a clear view of the account, the active system state, and the portfolio information that matters during operation, without opening multiple windows. Now to the published tests. Both profiles use GBPUSD, the same period from January 2025 to June 2026, an IC trading raw profile, and 1 to 500 leverage. The MetaTrader 5 reports show 99% history quality, 9,264 bars, 38,951,104 ticks, and 1,140 trades. The two account sizes also show how the broker's minimum lot rule affects scaling. First, the $10,000 profile. Net profit, $242,015.90. Profit factor, 2.58. Maximum balance drawdown, 8.94%. Maximum equity drawdown, 13.24%. Recovery factor, 7.03. Total trades, 1,140. Now the $1,000 profile. Net profit, $19,793.22. Profit factor, 2.58. Maximum balance drawdown, 8.88%. Maximum equity drawdown, 13.13%. Recovery factor, 7.03. Again, 1,140 trades. The two profiles do not scale in a perfect 10-to-1 ratio. The reason is the broker's minimum lot size. When the risk calculation produces a position below the broker minimum, that smaller size cannot be executed. Burning London therefore raises the order to the minimum permitted lot. On a $10,000 account, that adjustment is relatively small. On a $1,000 account, it represents a much larger part of the account. That is why the smaller profile can show different percentage growth even though the test period, trade count, and profit factor remain comparable. The best way to understand Burning London is to test it yourself. Download the free demo, reproduce the published configuration in the MetaTrader 5 strategy tester, and compare the report with the figures shown here. The product page link is in the first pinned comment. Burning London combines 12 GBPUSD strategies inside one coordinated portfolio with risk-based sizing, initial stop losses, dynamic position management, and no recovery mechanics. Download the free demo and test it in MetaTrader 5. You will find the product page in the first pinned comment.